I promise to walk by your side forever as your best friend, your lover, and your soulmate. I love you, baby.
I will cherish our friendship and love you today, tomorrow, and until the day I die.
I had never actually been in love with anybody before Rick, and I didn't even think it was possible. I didn't want to get married. I didn't think that it was at all possible that I was going to find someone that I loved. And I don't know, just from the moment we decided to make it official I knew I wanted to marry him by dating him 6 months. Like, I already started a wedding fund. Like, I never told him until after he proposed to me, but I already started saving. And I just remember on our 6-month anniversary thinking, he just needs to tell me he loves me already, because like, this is it. And I don't know, it was pretty easy to realize he was gonna be the one.
I mean, there's been a lot of instances where I think I've known she's been the one. Like the first time I saw her when we were working in Yonkers, she was dancing, because we always used to play a bunch of music up in there, and she was dancing, and for some reason I just couldn't take my eyes off of her, and all I remember is just her dancing. I don't remember the day, I don't remember the music playing. All I remember is her doing her cute little dance, and I don't know, that just stuck in my mind. And then there was another time where I was going through a really rough path just because of work, family issues and things like that, and she always tried to make me feel better and pep me up, and like, she was always there for me. And I didn't really have anyone who was like there for me that much that I've actually ever dated, and she just always tries to do her best for me. And like, I think it's like little instances like that over the whole time we've been dating that actually I finally realized that this is the person I want to be with. So I bought her ring November 17th, and I went out with Karina for it. And then I figured I would propose actually when we went to Thailand the following year, because I was going to actually propose to her while she was riding an elephant, and I was going to get down on a knee and do all that. And I figured it'd be awesome because she always likes elephants, and it'd just be really good because we'd be in Thailand. It'd be really awesome. But because I bought the ring so early, I kind of got really excited and I wanted to do it earlier. So I decided to do it when we exchanged presents for Christmas, which we do it early because we always go up to her mom's for Christmas.
So we were sitting in what is typically our dining room, where it was around Christmas. It was December 19th, and we decided that was the day we were going to exchange gifts, because we don't like to bring all of our gifts up to New Jersey to my mom's house. So we were in our pajamas, and it was early in the morning, and we were opening all the gifts, and so we had gone through everything, and then Rick had one more, and it was in this like...
And basically the way I had it planned out is just that would be the last gift that she would open, and I actually bought her a little Pandora charm that said, "Will you marry me?" on it. So that I wrapped up in like a little paper bag, and then I wrapped that, and then I wrapped that, and I put that in a box, because I figured it would take her some time to get to that, and by the time she got to that, I'd have the ring out.
It was in so many layers. It was like a box, and then an envelope, and there were packing peanuts, and then the little box had so much freaking tape around it, and I was sitting there trying to open it, and I finally got it open, and it was a Pandora charm, which he usually gets me for most holidays and, gifts and stuff, and it was like sparkly and silver, which is not typically the kind that he gets me, and so I was like, what?
And at this time, I have the ring underneath my sweatshirt, just hiding there. And she's peeling back the layers, and she opens the box, and then she opens the envelope, and then she gets down to like the bag, and then the Pandora charm's in like a little peanut. And at this point, like, I'm pulling out the ring, and she opens it and looks at the charm, and she just stares at it, and then she looks at me, and I'm holding out the ring like this, and then she looks at the charm, then she looks back at me, and she's like, "Are you serious?"
And I open it up, and it says, "Will you marry me?" on it, and I thought he honestly didn't even pay attention to what he bought. And so I like look up, and then he has the ring in his hand, and I was like, oh my God. Because I said, are you serious? That was what I said at first when I was looking at the Pandora charm, and then I looked up and I realized, oh yeah, he was serious. He was proposing to me, and then I started ugly crying.
And then she like starts ugly crying and jumps on me and says, yes, yes, I do. And that's pretty much how the proposal went. My favorite food would be lasagna.
He eats chicken all the time.
Her favorite food is anything I cook but eggplant parmesan.
I would have to say red wine. And some cheese.
If she could change one thing, I'd probably think she would want to be a little more skinny.
Maybe a little less OCD tendencies.
Me, the dent in my chest, I don't like that.
I think he likes himself pretty good. I don't know. I can't really say because I wouldn't change anything about him.
My favorite movie is Jurassic Park.
He likes like Pitch Perfect and Princess Bride and then anything Transformers.
I have no idea what her favorite movie is, but I'll go with Hunger Games.
The Shining.
My favorite book is anything by Michael Crichton, but Jurassic Park would be my favorite.
I don't know. I haven't seen Rick read a book.
Her favorite book, I don't know. I'd just go with The Hunger Games.
The Harry Potter series.
My celebrity crush, I'd have to go with Angelina Jolie.
I don't know. He never says anything. I should have said that, like that stupid doll that we have in the bedroom. That's who it would be.
My favorite restaurant is no longer existent, but it's the Roadhouse.
P.F. Chang's.
Well, she really likes going to Chili's, so I'd have to say that's her favorite restaurant.
Oh, I like Bar Taco. In New York, I really like Klong and Boca.
I don't really have a favorite band, but if I had to pick, I'd say Linkin Park.
He doesn't have one.
Jess loves Dave Matthews Band.
Dave Matthews Band.
My drink of choice would be Jack and Coke.
He likes Stella. He likes any kind of whiskey, and tequila.
Jess's drink of choice for mixed drinks, I would probably say margarita.
Red wine and tequila.
Anywhere in the world was an option. I would go to Australia.
He wants to go to Australia, and he also said he wants to really go to Alaska.
I think she'd want to go to New Zealand.
I want to go to South Africa.
Oh God, I really hate when she chews out loud. I can't stand it. She just, when she eats, she just chews so loud, and I just want to go over there and just like shut her mouth closed. I think that is the most annoying thing that she does that gets on my nerves.
He likes to pick at his feet, like his dry skin. That drives me crazy.
Florida State is playing for a national title.
Oh shit.
Do you root with them?
And not UF, like at all, and just Florida State and some other team.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I'd root with him. He would say no, though.
If you're with Jess and the Gators are playing for a national title, do you root for them?
If the Gators, who are they playing against?
Not the Knowles. That's all you gotta know. Do you root for them?
Do I root for them? Oh, that's so hard of a question. I'll say yes. I'll root for them if they're playing for the national champion. On the caveat, it's a team I hate more than the Gators, but yeah, just because of how much I love her, I would root for them a little bit.
We met through Rick's roommate, Holly, because I was working at Fifth Avenue Veterinary Specialist and finishing up my internship, and I was trying to figure out where I wanted to work, and so I had asked Holly if I could talk to her roommate, this mysterious Ricky Trisotto.
Yeah, and she calls me, and I'm at home in my apartment, and I'm just sitting on my bed, and so she's talking to me, answering me questions about Banfield and what it's like there. And I answer in my normal 1-2 word answers like I normally do. And like I didn't think anything of it at the time. I just answered what she wanted and just got off the phone because I also hate talking on the phone. And apparently she thought I hated her. So
yeah, I got off the phone with him and I was like, Holly, your roommate hates me. And I don't know if I want to work for Banfield.
I met Jess when she was in grad school. I was in undergrad and I needed a place to live, and my aunt reached out to her and she accepted the fact that I was an undergrad awful person and was willing to bring me into her life.
I met Jess by chance. I got transferred to her hospital. The funny story was is that she already knew my sister for about 3 years, and my sister has been trying to convince me to go meet her, but I was living in another place, and by chance I got transferred to her hospital and became her manager, and we've been best friends ever since.
Jess and I were college roommates at the University of Delaware.
Me and Jessie met in 5th grade in our class together. We sat next to each other.
We met at the dorms when we were freshmen in college.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
I met Ricky at work, at the Yonkers Clinic.
It was, actually we were Pledge Brothers together. What was that, 2001? August, September?
Feels like I've known Ricky forever, but we met back in high school when we were members of a group of friends called The Clique, and ever since we've just been closer and closer friends.
When I first met my new mom, I wasn't sure about her because she didn't let me sit on the couch. But then she sat next to Daddy, and I wanted to sit next to Daddy. But she made Daddy happy, so then I was happy. And then if I give her a really long face, sometimes I get on the bed. And she buys me a new dog bed like every week, and I get people food, so it's okay.
It's hard to say what our first date is because we had been friends for so long beforehand.
Technically, I'd say our first date was, what I did is I downloaded the movie The Newsies because we wanted to go see it on Broadway, but I wanted to see it first a little bit, so.
I went over to his apartment and he made me his homemade eggplant parm and Napoleons.
But she was a vegetarian, so I was like trying to figure out exactly what to make, and it was taking me a while to figure it out. And I was gonna go with lasagna, but I figured that was too easy and I wanted to do something different. And we had dinner, and then after dinner we watched The Newsies. I didn't really like that movie, The Newsies. It wasn't that good, and Christian Bale can't sing.
That was, whoa, and then we kissed. And then we considered that our first date.
And afterwards, that's when we actually had our first kiss. It was pretty cool. And that's pretty cool. That's as much detail as you're gonna get from me.
He always puts me first. Like he literally, I don't know. I don't know how to explain how much that he makes me know that he cares about me, he loves me, that I'm never alone, that he supports me in all of my neurotic, obsessions, and he is 100% going to be there for me, always.
The thing I love about my relationship with Ricky is that while we started out as friends within a group of friends, and really at that point we were not the closest in high school. We were just friends of friends that all hung out together. And the thing that I've loved is that along the way Ricky and I have really gotten closer and closer and been able to bond more and more. First we were we went to high school, and again we were friends and we hung out, but we weren't close friends. We both ended up at Florida State, and there we hung out some, got a little closer. Even he ended up as my roommate for 1 year in there. And there we definitely started hanging out more and started really bonding more. He ended up in New York, and really every time we ended up in New York, we would make sure to go see him, go to a museum with him, especially when Rose was first born, and we wanted to, we got close enough with Ricky that we wanted him to be the godfather. So I've loved that. And then, obviously once they moved to Virginia, we've gotten even closer, and I really feel that Ricky is probably my best friend because I see him more than anybody, and I feel like I can share anything with him. And not to mention I can share anything with him, I also feel like I can share it with Jess now too, because really, you can trust them, and they are a great pair. But yeah, I just love the fact that really over time, Ricky and I have gotten closer, and it's really been a huge thing for me.
We both have a very honest relationship, and also Ricky is someone who's very helpful, which I take advantage of all the time, and he's just a really awesome brother to have.
Ricky. Well, on a serious note, he's always been there for me. I've known him for, has it been 15 years now? 2001. I mean, whenever I needed help or vice versa, we were always there for each other. He's a better brother than me, than my own. So there's nothing, and he's the godfather of my daughter. Yes, I have a daughter.
He's like a big brother to me. I mean, I have my own brothers, but he's like just different. And I just like how we bond when we hang out.
I'd say the fact that I know he's always there if I need him. He's the one person that I can just pick up the phone. Even if we haven't spoken for a while, I can call him, ask him for something, and in a heartbeat he'll do it. And so I know he'll always be there, and I'd say that's what I cherish most.
He's our brother.
Yeah,
what kind of question is that?
He's the go-to guy. He's the rock.
I've never actually dated someone and like been with someone who actually cares about me and cares about my feelings and what I want as much as Jess has. And it's really amazing to have someone like that. And it feels great. So that's just, I don't know, I guess that would be another thing that I like to say, is that that feeling is something I never want to lose and I always want to have.
Jess is probably one of my oldest and best friends, and even if we don't see each other for months, or I think we've gone a year without seeing each other, it's always great when we see each other, and it's like time never passed. So,
you know, I've been blessed to have four really nice children, and each one of them is totally different. I don't know how they came out to be so different, but they all are. As far as Jessie is concerned, you know, Jessica likes adventure. She likes to take things to the edge, and that's something that I like. I wish that I was like that. I'm not. I'm a lot more guarded, and it has created some anxiety on Jessie, but overall she's created a lot of memories that are going to be with her for many years to come.
I really do look up to her. Everything she does. She's a big sister I've always dreamed of my whole life.
She's always there if you need someone to talk to. You could be your silliest self with her. She's just the greatest friend anyone could have.
I like it that I haven't lived by her in probably going over 10 years, and I can see her anytime, and I feel like it's like nothing happened and no time went by.
I think Jess kind of like forced our friendship at first, but I love her so much. She is the best friend that you never know that you needed. She's always there for you and will be there for you anytime that you need her. And I think she's one of the best people as a person that I've ever met.
How much we care for each other. I mean, we fight a lot, but we have a really close bond, closer bond than most sisters that I know.
Rick.
What was it, after the date, after the movie?
Yeah.
When we kissed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember in my head thinking, oh boy, because we've been really good friends for like over a year.
Yeah.
And I was very slow to realize that
I was trying to date her for a couple months at that point, and she was just slow to pick up on it, and I was a little slow too, but she was a little bit more thick-headed about it than I was.
I just was oblivious, but then I remember realizing, I think Rick likes me, and then I really was like, I went to your apartment that night with the intention that we were taking it to the next level. We were going to become more than friends.
My first impression was, the first time I met Rick was at Thanksgiving or Christmas. I thought that he was quiet because he was meeting me in such a overwhelming situation. But I know my other first impression, I guess, would be through Jessica, and she was so excited to tell me about him. So I was pretty excited to hear that she felt like that, because it's not something that she normally expressed.
I thought he was quiet, but he was cool. He seemed to make Jessica happy, so that was good.
Well, the first thing, he was really tall. I knew he was special because Jess is such a wonderful person, but Rick was very patient and he's very quiet. He kind of lets Jess shine in the ways that he needs. They're also, I always call them pretty dorky or pretty geeky, and they're both geeky in like the perfect way for each other.
I actually met Rick at Jess's 30th birthday party before they were even dating. And my husband, at the time he was just my boyfriend, but my husband and I and Rick spent the whole night together taking shots. So I was pretty happy with Rick.
Ricky was very quiet, but from what I heard about him, he was a really good guy, so I liked him.
Very quiet. When I first met him, he didn't say much, very quiet, but I liked him. But, I didn't get to know much about him at that time. He then, subsequent to that, he has opened up a lot more, and, and I think that, he's going to be, he has been already very good for Jessica. And, what else can I do? I really do like him.
See, Ricky, when I first saw him, I thought he was kind of a guy that, kind of quiet. I thought he was planning on how he was going to kill me and then stuff me in his wall.
He was a quiet dude. But the good thing is I get the side that Jess met, and you just knew that he kind of digged her. I think I knew that Rick liked Jess before Jess knew that Rick liked Jess.
So I believe the first time I met Jess, it was actually my brother's 30th birthday party. And I remember walking into, I forget the bar that we went to, and I look at the birthday cake that she made for him, and there's a picture of, I believe, Butter's face on the birthday cake. And at that point, I don't think I could have been more impressed by the type of person she was, and essentially seeing at that point how much she cared about my brother.
Jess, when I first met her, I thought that they seemed like a good couple. Once I met her with him at the time, he was super happy. So was she. You can just tell by looking at them, they seem really happy.
She was kind of OCD, but I appreciated that because she was just a genuine person, which I admired about her.
I met her pretty late in the game, so I liked her immediately. Super cool, super fun. Sort of reined Rick in a little bit.
I loved her. I thought that she was like the perfect match for him. They totally belong together. Totally.
Absolutely.
My first impression of Jess was the fact that she really complimented Ricky. Like, everybody knows Ricky to be a little quieter and not quite as talkative as I tend to be at times as well. But then Jess was pretty much the complete opposite and really complimented everything that he was, and they seemed like a great fit together.
When I first met her, I was very impressed with Ricky. I was like, he's someone that's very outgoing, very nice, a lot of great qualities.
It was actually like a month or two before we actually officially started dating, but my favorite thing we did was this West Side, she got a Groupon for tequila flight tasting. So we went there and we literally just took a bunch of tequila shots and tasted it. And I really liked it. It was just laid back and I had a lot of fun and I enjoyed it. So that was like my official favorite sort of date.
Except he almost killed himself because he was determined that he was gonna get me a cab so I could go home. And we had a lot of tequila, but somehow we were in like the middle of the street, like trying to dodge to get into this cab that was definitely not pulled over on the side of the road. But I got in the cab. I don't know, when we were first started dating, he took this entire weekend off and planned all these kind of things. Like literally it was like nonstop. Like he took me hiking and up in upstate New York, and then we got on a big bus and took like a bus tour around the city, and we took me out on a boat ride around like a sailboat island. Yeah, I don't know, it was just 3 days of just Rick treating me like I was a princess.
She did.
No, I wanted to say it, but you said it first.
No, I thought you said it in the card first. The
Did
6
I?
months, yeah, 6 months anniversary.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
you did.
That's right.
Yeah.
How did I write that?
I'll say it if you say it or something like that. You wrote it in the
Yeah,
card.
that's right. But I didn't actually say it.
I know, but
I
I
was
thought you were
hinting.
still. Yeah,
I
you
was
were
hinting.
hinting
I
at
was
it.
hinting.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say it first, though, but I was definitely ready to say it way before you.
Yeah.
Jess?
Yeah, hello.
Is that even a question?
Is that a question at any wedding, really? Because I think that's pretty much like, hello.
Next question, please.
Jesse.
Oh, Jess definitely wears the pants in the relationship.
Jess.
I think it depends on the situation.
I'd like to say Ricky wears the pants, but I'm pretty sure it's Jess.
Probably Jess.
See, this is weird. I definitely want to say Jess because she's louder, but 100% Rick probably wears the pants. Like, Rick definitely has that quiet but seriousness.
Jess, hands down. Ricky lost the pants, I'd say 4 years ago.
Definitely Jess. You saw 5 minutes ago her bossing Ricky around. You know what I mean.
Jess, probably, for sure.
Jess.
Well, it's hard to say because, Rick is, he, like I said, he's very quiet. But I can tell you this, Jessica looks very much up to Rick in terms of making decisions. And I know that because typically throughout her life, I get constant calls from Jessie about issues and things that she's, that are bothering her. And ever since she started going out with Rick, and subsequent to that, when they actually started living together, the calls have almost disappeared. So I know that she's getting, she looks up to him, and so I would say she's a troublemaker, but I think that he's the one that calms her down and eventually helps her make the right decisions.
Depends.
Yeah, it depends on the situation. So if it has to do with calling someone, she has to do that. I hate talking on the phone and dealing with that crap. Internet stuff or technology things, that's more like me. So it really just depends on the situation stuff. And talking to people, in most cases she's better at talking to people. The problem is that when she tries asking them a question, she tells a whole story and doesn't get straight to the point. So sometimes I have to cut her off when she starts doing that. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 50-50, I would say. Really depends on what it is.
Yeah, no, when we were living together in Villa del Lago, we had a roommate, Carrie, and Ricky or Ron had the great idea of shooting a couple firecrackers under his door and trying to smoke them out, get them out of his room. Unfortunately, we shot about 40 firecrackers under there. He's screaming that he couldn't breathe and his room was on fire, and we didn't believe him. And what did we do? We shot more firecrackers under there. Ricky still, I think he has a video of that to this day, which is pretty nice. But when we went in the room the next day, his rug was melted, his blinds were melted, his hat was melted. So I guess we did a better job than we thought.
She just got yelled at by a client, and she was already frustrated and I was frustrated, so she went to one of our assistants. It was like, you can never do nail trims again because I need you right now. And it was just the funny thing, because it's something that you would never say to anyone ever, and because she was so frustrated, she doesn't have a filter, which we're working on, but it's the first thing that came to her mind, so she had to say it right away.
We would be in rooms and exam rooms, and once we come out, to let him know that there was a client waiting for him, he'll just have this look like this evil look, I don't know, there was something about him that it was funny, but I don't know, it was just, for me, it was something that was really funny and cool, and I thought that was amazing how he would treat his clients.
Way too many to tell, but I think I have a few lined up for my toast tomorrow, so I think I'll save it for then.
I will take the fifth on that, I don't.
Nothing that I'd like to share. There's too many.
Ricky may not like me telling this one because it's probably one of the worst moments in our friendship, but to me it's one of the most memorable just because of how crazy it was. I think him and I actually bonded quite well over it. And it has to deal with when the worst of all the Star Wars movies ever came out, which is the second one of the prequels. We had two good friends that were Star Wars fans beyond belief and had to go see the midnight showing of that movie. Why? I don't know. But so we were just like, because Ricky and I pretty much was just like, yeah, okay, we'll go, whatever, because I don't know, why not? We were like, all right, that's fine, we'll go. And we get there and we're waiting, and we get there for the midnight showing early as anything. I mean, I think it was probably like 5 or 6 o'clock, and the movie wasn't until midnight. The line hadn't really even formed, so we were like second in line with our friends, which we were like, great, and people showing up in their Jedi cloaks and whatnot. And we're just looking around like, wow, this is not us. And then our friends decided to abandon us. The real Star Wars fans decided to abandon us and go see some other movie and leave Ricky and I in line together. And, you know, we were so just kind of out of place that it helped us. I mean, we were laughing a good bit of the time, and we were somewhat terrified too. I mean, there was probably a Wookiee standing right next to us, and we're like, all right, well, there's a Wookiee. And then the worst part of all, then a film crew shows up from a local TV station to interview people in this line. And the whole time Ricky and I are like, no, please don't notice that we're here. Please just, we're gonna see the movie. And of course, we completely hated the movie because it was terrible. And it just became kind of lodged in my mind because of how ridiculous that whole situation was to us.
I mean, in middle school, in 5th grade, we used to get in fights because we'd tell the teacher because one of us would steal the other's colored pencils or cheat off each other on tests and we get in trouble. What did we do?
He was an excellent wingman. I mean, the best that you could ask for. I remember I had this one girl, we were watching TV in the apartment. He comes down, sits there, he's kind of quiet for a couple minutes, and then out of nowhere he turns around, he's like, hey, you know, Philip used to be fat. And, you know, we and the girl look at you, we're like, I don't know what he's saying. Next day I come down, I'm like, Ricky, well, why did you say that? He's like, I didn't know what to say. I'm like, anything but that, Ricky.
My favorite memory is that I get to go on doggy vacations with them now. So I get to make lots of memories. I don't get left behind.
One time we were on the airplane and we were coming back from Las Vegas, and we both took our shoes off, but we were laughing the whole time because we had been hungover, and it was, I don't know, we were just laughing like crazy. And then the stewardess came up to us and said that someone complained that it smelled like dirty athletic feet and made us put our shoes back on.
We actually don't have enough time for that. I don't think we have enough time for that, do we?
You could share one.
Well, you go first.
There are too many. I don't know. No, there's not enough time for all his terrible stories.
I'm not very good at recollecting individual, certainly not on the spot anyway, but I mean, Jesse is just different.
So that no one really knows in our family, it's kind of stayed between Ricky and I and our friends who participated. And we must have been in high school. We visited my grandmother's house in Sarasota. It's a long story, so I'll try and go quick here. Long story short, which Ricky can fill in more of the details. We end up doing what kids our age do and get drunk in my grandmother's house. We then go to the beach and launch fireworks illegally. We get chased by the cops. Ricky guides us all back to my grandmother's house. We escape the police, but then we learn we locked ourselves out of our grandmother's house. So Ricky devises a plan to break us back into the house. And I remember he smashes the garage door window, cuts his entire arm in doing it, pulls the garage door open, lifts it up, but then of course the inside garage door is open, so he has to take it off the hinges. Finally gets in, there's like a blood of trail in the garage, and basically what happened is he spent the next day covering all of our asses and repairing it all. And I'd say that's a great story because I think it resembles, that he's always there for you and that he will do anything and cover not just himself but you and our friends as well. And the best part about that story is our grandmother still does not know today that this happened at her house. And even better is apparently the neighbor said something to her the next day about, I think there were some people playing outside your house, possibly breaking in. And we just, shrugged it off like we have no idea what they're talking about, Grandma.
So I'd say she's definitely more nervous about the wedding than I am.
Just the planning part, because
Well,
I want everything to go perfect.
Yeah, you're OCD. So.
But I'm not nervous to marry you.
Oh, well, no, he said the wedding, not marrying me.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little nervous about being in front of everyone, but they'll probably just be paying attention to her anyways, so.
I'm nervous about our dance,
Yeah,
but excited.
that'll be interesting.
I would bring Butters, Chinchi, and May.
Okay, well, I would agree with Butters, but I don't know about the chinchillas.
Oh, they have to come.
But we need to breed 3 things.
We don't need anything else. We could be naked and alive, and like that TV show. It'd be cool. A bathing suit.
We could be naked.
Okay. Still Butters. I'd still really like to bring the dog.
Yes, the dog comes everywhere.
A camera.
Yeah, I'd bring a camera, Butters, and
Sunscreen. I don't want skin cancer.
I would pick bug spray over sunscreen because she hates bugs a lot. So
true.
it'd be Butters, a camera, and sunscreen.
I hope we still live here in Virginia in a nice big house, maybe in Great Falls. That would be my ideal. Have a big backyard with a tiki bar in it, and let our horses and a couple of dogs, and we will probably have a baby by then.
I'd like to have a house with enough land for her to have her horse. I like to stay in Virginia because, I actually am enjoying it and liking it a lot, and I do like the area, and we're close to DC. I would like to have a kid by 5 years. I'd probably say I'd like to stay in this area, maybe move a little bit more west or south just so we can get a little bit more land. But I would love just to have a house and a kid and just start settling down.
They will be definitely in a different state with 3 or 4 dogs and just doing the same thing that they're doing now.
I think they would be hopefully traveling the world and just experiencing life, and hopefully they both will enjoy each other and live a long life with each other.
They probably have about 7 dogs and maybe 2 kids, and they'll live they might still live here. I don't know. Who knows?
In New York City, living in a penthouse on Fifth Avenue.
With some children, because my kids need some cousins.
Yes.
Our kids need some cousins.
Yes, they do. They do.
Hopefully they'll still be in the DC area, but probably they'll be in Florida.
Happily married. Hopefully they'll move out to San Diego, but most likely they'll be here in Virginia. And I think they'll have a couple kids. Let's see, I feel like I'm gonna call one thing right here, and that the Devils will still have no championships since the last one, so he'll be a little depressed about that in 10 years.
In 10 years, hopefully they live within 10 minutes of me, so wherever I live, they live nearby, so we can hang out all the time and have kids and babies playing and have fun.
My neighbor. You're going to live right across the street. We're going to hang out. We're going to play Xbox. We're going to do a lot of fun stuff. And we'll have kids, of course. Yes.
Hopefully married. I think that I would like him to be somewhere closer, so that at least every so often we can get together. It would be great if they were in Florida, but they don't have to be. If they're happy here in Virginia or someplace else, I want all my kids to be happy wherever they are. So it's not important that they be next to me, but if they are, that's fine.
I would hope really close to me, but I think in 10 years, Rick and Jess will probably be in Florida. I think that they'll be in Florida somewhere, either in Orlando or somewhere warm. I know with Jess, somewhere warm.
In 10 years, I really hope that Ricky and Jess are still in the Virginia area, since that's where we're probably going to be as well. and it'd be great to see get to see him more and more like we have. It's been great for me, and also for Rose and John, his godchildren, and the fact that they'll probably be, if they are in the Virginia area, have a lot of land, a big house somewhere, and probably have a horse and hopefully a kid or two. But the godchildren will want to come over, I'm sure, all the time because there's a horsey there. So I hope they stick around. I love having them around, and I love being able to hang out with Ricky a whole lot more.
If it's her way, she'll be my next door neighbor because that's what she's told me for the past year. Ever since I moved a couple months ago, she said she's waiting for her lease to be up so she can move right next to me because she's a creature of habit, and since I was her neighbor once, I must be her neighbor again.
10 years, they would probably have maybe 2 or 3 kids, but big house, big yard with horses and lots of dogs.
What my gut's telling me is that in 20 years, if we do have a kid, he'd be almost out to college. So then we could actually go move somewhere. So if we do stay in this area in 20 years, I'd probably like to go move to South Florida on the West Coast. She always wanted to go back to Florida, and I mean, when I'm older, I think that would be kind of good. Like most of my family is down there now, and her family's down there. But the compromise is I only want to actually go on the West Coast because I don't really want to go to the East Coast because I live there. So I think 20 years from now, I'd probably like, right when the kid is about to go to college, move down to Florida, get a house on the West Coast, and just live there, find a job. For us, it's pretty easy being vets, and just be down there.
20 years from now, I hope we have already won the lottery and we can be retired, and we have a house in New York City and in Florida, and we are snowbirds. He spent hours going through hundreds of photos that I had and created this chronological photo book of Kayla. And he did it right like 2 months before she passed, so it was really nice that I got that book. I cried so much. That's the second time I've ever cried from any, the first, that was actually the first time I ever cried for anything he ever gave me, but that was probably the nicest thing is he spent hours going through every one of my photo books and made this like beautiful book of my dog Kayla.
For Valentine's Day, she bought me tickets to the Devils game versus the Capitals, which I really, really liked. And she also got my signed Brodeur jersey framed, which was awesome because I just had that in a plastic bag for like years.
My dearest Rick, I will never be able to put into words how much I love you. You are the most amazing human being I have ever met. You have showed me what it means to truly love someone and to be loved. Because of you, I understand what love is. It is the patience you show me when I'm being stubborn. It's the kindness in your eyes every time you look at me. It is the complete trust you have in me and the respect you show me every day of my life. You are my best friend and the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. I remember the moment I realized I loved you and wanted to spend the rest of my life with you. Initially, I was like, what is this feeling? Anyone who knew me before you came along would testify to the fact that I never wanted to get married. But then you happened. And all of a sudden, I just couldn't wait to hear those 3 words from you. It may have taken me a little while to realize that our friendship was gearing towards more than friends. Thank you for not giving up on me despite me being so clueless. But when I finally opened my eyes, I fell so hard for you, and to this day, I keep falling. I get butterflies every time I think about you. It's been 4 years, but I still get them every time you text me, I'm leaving, and I know you're coming home from work. I get those silly butterflies every time you walk through our front door. I promise to hold on to those butterflies for all the years to come. Thank you for always believing in me and helping me become the person I am today. Something clicked inside me once I met you, and the whole universe made sense. You are and will always be my better half. I only hope I can give to you everything you have given to me. I know that I'm a little crazy sometimes, but I love that is what you love about me. I love how every single morning you make the bed and put all my little stuffed animals on it. I love that even though you don't particularly love my stuffed animals, you would still get me more of them just because I like them. They say only animals give unconditional love, but I know that to not be true.
I get to be myself completely and know that everything I am, imperfections and all, you will love unconditionally. I wish everyone could be loved as much as you love me. Thank you. Thank you for loving me the way you do, and I only hope you understand how much I love you in return and how much you mean to me. I promise to love you as much as I do this day until the end of time. I love how much you love Kayla and Emma and how much you love our little chin man. I love that you love chinchillas as much as me, and so now we have our little May. And I love how you brought this silly pit bull into my life. You always know exactly how to make me feel better, whether it's with purple flowers, a delicious but healthy dinner, a glass of red wine, or a big hug. I love your smile, your laugh, your heart. I love watching scary movies with you, as long as it's not Pet Sematary. I love traveling this country and the whole world with you. I love how much care you put into everything you do. I love that you love having adventures with me, from kayaking to hiking to doing half marathons and Tough Mudders, all the way down to the biggest adventure of them all, sharing the rest of our lives together. I love how I know that as long as you are by my side, I know I can do anything. I promise to always be your biggest fan and to always support your dreams. I promise to try to learn how to cook. I promise to always be there for you through the good times and the bad, through sickness and in health. I promise to make you laugh when you're sad and to share your joy when you are happy. I promise one day I will learn how to drive and how to use the internet. But most of all, I promise to walk by your side forever as your best friend, your lover, and your soulmate. I love you, baby.
Jess, today I stand in front of you to say I love you, and I choose you. I choose you over all others to be my wife, partner in life, and my one true love. I promise to be there with you through the toughest trials and cry with you through the hardest times. I promise your wine glass will never be empty, for I will be your wine. I promise to love you through the difficult and the easy. I promise to never put you or myself in danger, and if it comes to it, I promise to shoot you in the head if you ever bitten by a zombie. I promise to lift your sorrows with flowers, massages, tequila, and dinner. I will always laugh with you and occasionally at you. I will cherish our friendship and love you today, tomorrow, and until the day I die. These are my solemn.
Very happy for you guys. Enjoy your marriage, enjoy each other, and good luck with everything. Love you guys.
Just want to wish you guys the best, the happiest, a happy fairy tale. I know Rick for, 15 years or so, and we met in Grenada, and we played flag football together, which you may have heard our stories. But one thing about Rick was that he went 110% every game, always came up with scrapes and bruises on his legs and his arms, and I know 100% that he will do that in this relationship. So Jess, you're a very lucky girl, as Rick will do whatever he has in his power to make this work. So love you guys and congratulations.
Hey Ricky, hey Jess, congratulations. I'm so happy for the two of you. You guys are beautiful together and an inspirational couple. I hope you enjoyed your day and all of our crazy dancing. I love you guys so much.
Rick, Jess, we love you.
Congratulations!
Rick, we've lived together. We've been through good times. You found a great girl. I hope you are happy forever and ever. A lifetime of love and happiness.
We love you guys. We're excited for more Virginia good times now that we both live in the same place. So congratulations, you guys. You look amazing today, and we'll see you soon.
Well, I want to say congratulations, guys. This is it. It's a big day, and you guys are gonna, have a amazing life together. You guys deserve it. You guys are happy together, and just continue having amazing times together.
I wish you guys more happiness than ever. I really want you to go and make babies.
well, I gotta tell Jess to take care of my buddy. I don't know what I'd do without him. So, no, I've seen you two guys together for quite a while now. We've done a half marathon together. We've seen each other quite often. So I know you guys are gonna just do perfect on your own. So, congratulations.
No, I'm just really happy for you guys and so happy I could be here and be part of your big day. And I wish you guys lots of love and happiness in the future. And I love you both very much.
Ricky and Jess, I'm so happy for both of you. You guys complement each other so well, and you know, the fact that you're now married and can truly start a family together is amazing. Especially amazing to, I think, Lisa and I, because we've always considered Ricky part of the family, and now it feels like our family has grown because Ricky and Jess, you're both family to us, and we love you both. And Ricky, the one other thing I can say is that you told me a quote a long time ago, and really it means today more to me than it did even when you first told me. And why I remember you're the one that told me it, I don't know, but I completely remember in my mind. And I think today it does literally mean that. And the quote was, "A good friend will bail you out of jail. Your best friend will be sitting next to you saying, that was effing awesome." That just, you know, kind of sums up how I how I truly feel. And hopefully we never actually have that happen, but hey, I'm there for you. But either way, Ricky and Jess, again, congratulations. Love you both, and good luck.
Just want to say I wish you 100 years of health, happiness, and love. I love you guys.
Just congratulations, and I wish for the best.
Congratulations, guys, and you got to come out to Hawaii soon again so we can kick it out there. So good luck, though.
I was there for when Jess kind of knew what ring she wanted, and then I was there for when Rick picked out the final ring for Jess, and it's really an awesome story, and how the relationship has grown since they've gotten engaged, and the marriage that I can see that they're coming into is awesome. So I can only wish them the best.
Woof. Yes, I'm very happy, and I'm excited that I get to be the flower girl.
Jessie, I love you. This is your mom, because obviously you know I have totally confused on words. All I can say is I wish you and Rick happiness, and everything is beautiful, and thank you for being my daughter, and I love you, and everything is great. And good luck, Rick. And like I said, you don't have to say yes to her for everything, okay? Love you both, and good luck.
We love you guys. You're the best, and you guys bring out the best in each other, and so it's awesome to watch. It's super special.
We wish you the best of everything, and we love you. We're very happy for you.
You know, I wish him the very best. I hope that they they have a long and happy life together. I love both of them. I truly, I now have four daughters and 4 sons, because they, all the spouses, from my daughters and from my son, and nothing. I mean, I just want, I want her to have a good long life, and I know that they will be, because I can see how they act together. And it's a very good start. Let me put it to you this way: I've seen a lot of marriages that don't start the right way. I think that theirs is starting the right way.
I'm looking forward to watching you two grow old together, and you know, I'm sure it's gonna be nothing but bliss and happiness. So congratulations.
I would like to give them a big congratulations. I couldn't be happier that Jesse's marrying somebody that I have absolutely no concerns about. I think that of anything that Jesse's gone through in life, this one is one that I have not questioned once. And I love you.
I mean, she's really good at remembering everything. I'm usually the one that forgets everything, and she's the one that has to remind me. So I don't think she would forget anything if it wasn't for me. I mean, she's the one that usually tells me what to do because I'm get absent-minded in my old age.
If it wasn't for me, Rick would forget any of the plans he makes. I feel like he's really good about always going and being there, but I kind of keep his schedule in straight. Except he always remembers our dance lessons. I never remember when they are, but he always remembers it.
Thank you for being my partner in crime, for always wanting to, be adventurous and always willing to try any kind of, fun activity, and always having my back and always making me feel that everything's going to be okay.
And I want to say thank you for always making me go out and do things, because sometimes I'm a little bit lazy and I don't want to, but when I actually get out, it's kind of fun and enjoyable. And thank you for always having my back and always cheering me up when I feel down or depressed or angry, because you're always there for me, and it's amazing to have someone like that who will just be there for you no matter what's going on. So thank you. I appreciate that. I love you.